and be at everybody's back, like when they talk about my parents. But I'm like, you know what? I let it go, I let it whatever. But it's like sometimes you have to put yourself in our shoes. Yeah, we are in the industry, and yeah, people are gonna speak on you, people are gonna whatever you put out there. But it's like we are still humans at the end of the day. We all bleed the same. If you cut, I'm gonna be black. It's gonna be red, both of us. So it's like, yes, I know the life that I have, and I know the life that I'm a part of, and I know that people are gonna hate. I know that people are gonna have their own opinions, and all of that type of stuff. But you gotta also know that I'm human like you. So put yourself in my shoes. Where you got 100 people, 100 million people just talking crazy. You never even met them a day in your life, and then they talking crazy about your people. And you got a chance to speak on it, to directly speak on it, like not go on no internet about it, directly to the motherfucker. I'm gonna do that every time, but I'm not actually, because I'm actually gonna just pray about it and really.
Okay. Now, let me just let Regina Carter off the hook. She's a female, so I ain't gonna say nothing to her because they're gonna make it act on like women. She's Lil Wayne's daughter. Let's get her out of the way. Move. We gotta be honest, man. I told y'all this a while ago. Y'all didn't want to believe me. I said Lil Wayne is the Allen Iverson of music, of hip hop. Why I said that is that when Allen Iverson was in his prime, he even drew comparisons to Jordan because of his cultural impact, his razzling, dazzling, pizzazz, and all these things you heard in his new style and crossover, you know what I mean, all of that. Similar to Wayne, but I said Allen Iverson's legacy in the NBA, it aged terribly. Allen Iverson is my favorite basketball player of all time. This means no disrespect. Because after retirement or post his prime, yeah, people remember the era that he was dominant in, but it doesn't age well because that's not what people talk about. People talk about rings, and he unfortunately never won a ring. I said that about Lil Wayne because Lil Wayne, his best work is arguably on mixtapes. And these days, we only celebrate and herald albums. Mixtape sites like Dat Piff Live Mixtapes, Spinrilla, even my mixtapes, they have either been defunct for a long time or they are now eradicated. Those catalogs are few and far in between. You can type in some of the songs from those ceilings and play it on Spotify. It's almost like they've rewritten the history for all that's now here who would love to learn about the past. Some of that also applies to G-Unit, except G-Unit dominated with both for a longer time. Specifically 50. The point is this. When we talk about Wayne, and I do believe he's one of the greatest of all time, I say top 5. But in trying to prove this, you get to a point that it's, if you were there, you knew. Like, it's like, if you were there, like, if you know type of shit. When you get to that means it's not objective, people. I love when I'm arguing hip-hop with people and they tell me, well, you can't understand because you wasn't outside. I get that. But also what that usually means is that what this person has done objectively, you had to witness in the moment and you can't look back and see the greatness of it. If you were born this year, I think you can look back at the greatness of how 50 Cent dropped 2 diamond albums back to back, literally ran damn near 3 years with an iron fist. That shit, and put on everybody in his crew, had them going platinums all over the place. There's a few things with Wayne's career, if you know, you know. So first and foremost, I want to start about why I compare him to Allen Iverson. Culturally, one of the most important people of all time. There's so many people who was influenced by Wayne. Culturally important. Same with Allen Iverson. But when we start looking at accolades and stats, in the era we live in now, that's stat-based and accolades-based, Think about what I'm saying. Now we compare who has the highest grossing tour. Wayne ain't on that list. Just to let y'all know, Wayne ain't on that list. Wayne never been top 5 on that. So you start to realize, as dominant as we thought Wayne was, as culturally impactful and influential as we thought he was, when we start talking all that shit that Drake and Kendrick and Travis and those people now put up numbers, and even Nicki, Wayne ain't on those lists. I wonder why. Those are what people eventually in hip hop consider championships. Nevertheless, he's still one of the greatest. Nevertheless, he's still one of the greatest. The reality of things is that Wayne at this point is not current. And I like what Regine was saying. It's not TikTok music. And I hear her, but I'll one-up her. You see, I'm still from the era that Wayne is like one of the GOATs. He's one of the GOATs, or our GOAT. But when I tell the truth, I don't like it. What's the truth? The truth is that the reason why Wayne currently ain't hitting no more is because Wayne, not only was he culturally clueless by his own admission, that he wasn't paying attention, but Wayne never grew. Wayne never grew. When I hear Wayne these days, I feel like he's trying to recreate 2008, 2007, 2009. He never grew. Unfortunately, we're getting to realize, and it's maybe not necessarily you need to grow, because you, like, an example of growth could be Sean Carter, not Dwayne Carter. Sean Carter did grow. He dropped 444. He dropped American Gangster. And not every part of his growth was accepted. I mean, Kingdom Come was like, No, Kingdom Come was dope, actually. Kingdom Come was dope. Nah, actually, people didn't like that. Magna Carta Holy Grail was like, But when we seen 444, when we seen, what was the other shit? American Gangster, yeah. But he was trying to grow. Drake, somebody who I think he still tries to appeal to kids. I don't think Drake necessarily is growing. Like, he's growing, bringing you into him being now almost 40. I think he just adopts with the time. So you got to do one of two things, if you ask me. You're either going to have to take your audience on a spiritual journey and grow with them. So when they're 20 and they're whatever, you give them that type of shit. But when they're 30, you got to give them something elevated for a 30-year-old. And when you're 40 and they're 40, you give them a 40-year-old type of palette. Wayne, to me, he been given the same palette, 20-year-old. Except I think he's so out of touch, it just doesn't hit the same. It just doesn't hit the same. So you either grow that way with your own audience, or you grow to try to chase an audience. Chasing the audience is always trying to chase the kids. You're 40 years old, you're trying to chase the kids. You're trying to get a TikTok trend at 40, or you want to make something that Kai could dance to. You're chasing the trends. Still growth, but it's growth within your career, not growth within you as a person or probably an artist. There ain't been no growth for Wayne, man. You know, we're past the era where those little clever punchlines really did for us. And I listened to some of his album, and some of those highlights are still there. But without the effect of bringing nostalgia back, there's nothing there. There's nothing there. So, Regina Carter said exactly what she should say as a daughter of a GOAT. But I hope y'all understand, man. Everything we praised Wayne for, and such is often the case, The things you praise someone for becomes their biggest flaw later. We used to say about Wayne, man, Wayne, it's Wayne's world. He be on his own planet. He don't give no fucks. He's like a I am not the same. I am a Martian. All that shit he used to say. Wayne is making music for only himself right now. That's the thing. You're right. Wayne is a Martian. He is on his own planet. He ain't making music for the masses no more. It's only for him. When I hear his album, I remember how special when he was relating to the hip hop fan who thought they were a little bit different, because that's what he was. He was presenting different ideas. He was talking about certain stuff that was different. He represented some. I don't think he meant to. So that's what I'm saying. The things we liked about him is now the things that's making him look washed. He's on his own island. He used to brag about, I don't listen to other people's music. All right, cool. Well, make some shit that sounds super dated, that nobody wants to hear. And to keep it real, here's the thing too, the last thing I'll say. I believe Wayne's passion is only in sports. I think Wayne, you know, it's changed. I've seen Wayne during the skateboard era. I think Wayne just like debating sports, man. Put him on First Take. Let him debate Stephen A. Maybe put him on Nightcap. He could debate Shannon. I don't know. Don't skip. Got a YouTube show. Let him debate over there. But his passion ain't music no more. His passion ain't music. So, you know, with all due respect, a guy who still has talent, but to me is culturally out of touch, he's making music for himself. His daughters, I hope they play it and like it. I hope the next time I see Regina in the club, she asks the DJ, throw that new Wayne on. But other than that, most of the shit is like, yeah. Let's keep it moving. We love Wayne, though. And, you know, the reason why there ain't no criticism of Wayne from me is that I remember the time when Wayne looked like he was on the precipice of death. And I remember saying to myself, if him being drug-fueled was encouraging this creativity that was so new and so refreshing that we liked, Wayne has had a career that even if he didn't drop another song, or even if he dropped only trash songs from now on, he's still a legend. He's still a generational talent. What he did won't be forgotten, at least by people like me. And I do believe that he's a one of one. So, you know, I say let Wayne be Wayne. But if you do want to compare Wayne among his peers, don't compare this version of Wayne. Please don't. Not this version of Wayne. Okay?